everyone, welcome to another pick a card reading. Today's reading is going to be how would your friends describe you? So we have 4 piles to choose from, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Take a minute, pick which one you want, pause if you need to. All right, let's get into it. Pile number 1, how would your friends describe you? How would your friends describe you for pile number 1? Get over here. Pile number 1, how would your friends describe you? Pile number 1, how would your friends describe you? For pile number 1, how would your friends describe you? For pile number 1, how would your friends describe you? For pile number 1, how would your friends describe you? One more shuffle for pile number 1. Clear message. How would your friends describe you? Three of Swords reversed, Emperor reversed, 7 of Pentacles, and the Fool. So at least right now, this might not be like your general personality, but we're going to pull an oracle card to kind of see. But you might be going through a breakup right now and be either a little snappy or out of control, a little foolish, right? You may fall into love really quickly, right? Fall into love really quickly, really easily, and you know, kind of be a fool in love, believe it, in love at first sight. I'm seeing this 7 of Pentacles, like looking longingly, right? And just like dream about love all the time. And honestly, I feel like your friends might view you as someone who kind of ditches them whenever you get involved with someone. Like, you know, you're really a great person to be around. Maybe you're a little silly and make things really fun. You're really fun to be around, and they really love being around you, but whenever you meet someone, it's like, bye, you know, it's like, okay, I'll never see them again. It was nice knowing them. And then I feel like you might be someone who, you know, falls in love really quickly and falls out of love really quickly. Maybe you have like these disastrous romances, these like whirlwind romances that end really quickly, really suddenly, and perhaps with a lot of drama. And so they might feel like, oh, I have to like clean this up when I already warned you not to be foolish. The Fool, he's going off this cliff, right? And he doesn't have any baggage. So that's good about you, right? They probably admire your ability to just leave the past behind and venture into something new. But at the same time, we have this little dog right here. Looks a lot like my little dog, my little Esky. And the dog represents friendship, and the dog represents someone who's warning you, right? And I wouldn't say that this is a, like the Fool can be like good and bad, right? Every card can be good and bad. But because we have this 3 of Swords, because we have this Emperor reversed, I feel like maybe you should like listen to your friends a little bit more, because I feel like you do fall really easily, really quickly, and your friends give you all these warnings, and then, you know, you sort of crash and burn in these relationships, and your friends might feel like they have to sort of clean up your mess when they warned you to begin with, right? And I feel like what your friends might be telling you is to take things slow, to take a measured approach, take things day by day, don't rush into anything. But whenever they tell you those sort of things, I feel like that actually pushes you to be more stubborn, to be more controlling, like to prove them wrong almost. And then whenever you get your heart broken, it's kind of like, oh, they were right, and I don't want to admit they were right. I'm seeing this white rose right here, and white rose represents forgiveness, right? So I feel like whenever your relationships crash and burn, there might be a small little part of you that's like, oh, I don't want to like go back to my friends and have to tell them that they were right? So Yeah, your friends might just think that you are fun and silly, a lot of fun to be around, but that you just sort of bail on them whenever a romance comes your way. But strong Aries vibes with the Fool and the Emperor. I also see the Fool as Pisces. But let's get an oracle card. How would your friends describe you? How would your friends describe you for pile number 1? How would your friends describe you? How would your friends describe you? I'm also hearing like maybe you bail on plans, like they were looking forward to like this weekend trip, right? Or like seeing the new, I don't know, 50 Shades of Grey movie or whatever you guys do. And then whenever you get into a relationship, it's like all those plans go out the window and it's just like, well, should I make plans with this person at all? For pile number 1, how would their friends describe them? For pile number 1. But they do think you're a lot of fun and they think you're like uplifting and silly and funny and fun to be around. It's just kind of in and out of their lives. And stubborn. One more shuffle. How would your friends describe you? Joy, see, what did I say? And we have this popcorn, this bag of popcorn like it's at the movie. So I just said 50 Shades of Grey movie. So maybe you did actually cancel plans for movies, right? Let me know in the comments below. And it says joy right here. So they describe you as someone who's very joyful, very fun to be around. But like I said, you know, there could be some issues whenever you get a man or get a girl and that joy goes out of their lives. Let me know if that resonated. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. How would your friends describe you for pile number 2? How would your friends describe you? Pile number 2. How would your friends describe you? Pile number 2. How would your friends describe you? Pile number 2. How would your friends describe you for pile number 2? How would your friends describe you? Pile number 2. One more shuffle for pile number 2. How would your friends describe you? So we have the 3 of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Wands reversed. We have the 5 of Wands reversed. And we have the Page of Cups. So your friends might describe you as a player. Your friends might describe you as a hoe with this Knight of Wands in reversed. But I feel like deep down they know that you're actually really sensitive and like really a sweetheart, but you might sell yourself short. I feel like you might sell yourself short because you feel like, well, one, I feel like there is an impatience to wait. This is getting like more romantic than what I intended, but you never know where the readings are gonna go. The first pile was like this too. But also sometimes whenever I'm asking about my friends, it's usually like as a result of the relationship advice they're giving me. So I guess this isn't totally like out of the blue. But I feel like your friends would describe you as someone who is impulsive, they can't wait, they're impatient, and you might have a lot of one-night stands, have a lot of casual relationships, and it's because you, like I'm hearing like a fear of rejection, so you keep a lot of options in the background because you don't want to compete for just one person. I'm also hearing maybe you keep a lot of options around so that they can compete for you to like sort of show you your worth in that way instead of having like self-worth within yourself, right? Instead of like knowing your self-worth. And I want to say that because you're such a softie deep down, like you have like these sweet emotional feelings, maybe you keep these options around so that if, you know, someone changes their mind and they leave you for someone else, then you always have a backup plan, right? You always have someone else's attention waiting in the wings. You always have someone else there to be with you. But I feel like how your friends would describe you is sort of selling yourself short, and not really showing, you know, your partners this really sensitive, sweet side of you because of a fear of rejection, an underlying fear of rejection. I also think they would describe you as someone who, like whenever there is a fight, you might pop off, you might say some like nasty things, but you might not actually get involved in the whole kerfuffle. Like I'm feeling like Sagittarian vibes, right? Like just like blunt and to the point, right? Just like calls it as it is. I'm not like dissing you because I have Sagittarius rising, I get it. But you know, someone who others might see as putting your foot in their mouth. Like, I feel like they appreciate that honesty from you. And so while some of these things may be hurtful, it's like, it's never coming from it's coming from this genuine, sweet place, right? It's just coming from speaking your truth. It's not coming from any sort of ulterior motive to, you know, make anyone feel inferior or to, you know, get what you want in an underhanded way. It's just you're calling it like it is, right? You're not going to beat around the bush. You're just going to spit it out. Let me get an oracle card for you. How do pile number 2, how do their friends describe them? Pile number 2, how do your friends describe you? Other signs, I did say Sagittarius vibes, but I could be dealing with Aries or Leo. We also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces over here. It doesn't have to be, but if it resonates, that's double confirmation. For pile number 2, give me an oracle card. How will their friends describe them? For pile number 2, whoa! Pile number 2, how would their friends describe them? One more shuffle. Pile number 2, how would their friends describe them? Follow your heart. Yeah, more Sagittarius waves. And like I said, I feel like you don't really have any motives with like any hidden agendas with people. I mean, like I said, you might keep people around you. You might be going through a hoe phase, keeping people around you because of a fear of rejection, but it's not like a manipulative power move type of way. You just sort of like, I feel like this is like an adventurous spirit, right? Like you might be always down to go on a road trip, always down to go like beach trips, surfing, right? Like very exciting and you know, with this impulse, with this like inability to wait, I feel like you might have like some restless energy. I keep getting Sagittarian vibes, like that adventurous spirit, right? That like need to travel, need to explore new things, need to go on these adventures and expand your horizons, right? So let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. How would your friends describe you? How would your friends describe pile number 3? Pile number 3. How would your friends describe pile number 3? Oop, oop. Tell us about pile number 3. How would their friends describe them? How would your friends describe pile number 3? How would your friends describe pile number 3? Whoop. How would your friends describe pile number 3? How would your friends describe you? One more shuffle. King of Cups reversed, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, 4 of Cups, 3 of Staves, and the 3 of Cups. So, your friends would describe you as someone who is very sweet. The King of Cups is very sweet, but the thing about the King of Cups is this character doesn't show his emotions. He doesn't open up. He's kind of withholding about his feelings. So they might like know that you're sort of this sweetie softie, but you might not express it like other people. I'm feeling strong Scorpio vibes, but again, it could be Cancer or Pisces, and of course signs don't have to matter, but it's just like added confirmation. So, you know, if you're a Scorpio vibes are kind of like, I have a Scorpio stellium, and I'm on the cusp. I know some people don't believe in cusp, but get over it. But Scorpios are kind of like on the surface, they're kind of like stingy, like they can sting and kind of have like resting bitch face, you know, but they really are softies underneath. They like tear up at movies and they're sweet. But so I feel like your friends would describe you as a very patient person, as a very peaceful person, as a very like flatline type of person, not in a boring way, just in a like mellow way. Because, I mean, it's not boring because we have the 3 of Cups here. The 3 of Cups is a lot of fun. The 3 of Cups is like going out drinking with the girls, right? The 3 of Cups is like silly, gossipy friendship, right? So they have a lot of fun with you, but it's like you don't express your feelings. The 4 of Cups in this deck is like a meditation. We have the 3 of Cups behind her, and she's meditating on 1 cup in front of her. So she's very zen, right? So you might have an ability to just sort of like zen out. And then the 3 of Wands is a card about waiting for your ships to come in. So that's where I get like patience, the zen, the peacefulness, right? I feel like you are maybe kind of a dreamer waiting for your ships to come in, right? Maybe kind of a like wishing for something more, hoping for something more, meditating on something more, like this inner knowing that better things are to come. And so your friends might describe you as someone that they can come to with their problems. Like whenever they're all over the place, they can come to you and you have that sort of like calming, peaceful, flatline effect on them, right? Like you can control your emotions, control your emotions while they are all over the place. Let me get an oracle card for you. How would their friends describe pile number 3? For pile number 3, how would their friends describe them? For pile number 3, pile number 3. How would pile number 3's friends describe them? Pile number 3, how would their friends describe them? Pile number 3, how would their friends describe them? One more shuffle. Pile number 3. Engagement. So, oh, this is sweet. Okay, so this is talking, I mean, I know this is like, looks kind of like proposal, right? Engagement. But what it's actually saying is that and I can see this with the 4 of Cups, whenever they're with you, no one else matters, right? You are totally focused on them. You are totally like engaged, listening to them, right? You are not distracted by anything else. They are the most important thing in your world at that moment. And so you're really present in the exact moment, and you're really connected to the things that are around you. I can really see that with this 4 of Cups, right? She's really engaged in this cup, and she's not paying attention to these other 3 cups, right? It's just like you and them and no one else. And so your friends would describe you as someone who is just really thoughtful. You might give good gifts. That popped in my head. You might give good gifts that are like specifically tailored to them, and you might just like actively listen and ask the right questions and be present and be really connected with your friends. And that is really awesome, pile number 3. I wish you were my friend. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Okay, last but not least, pile number 3. If you would like to win a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a tin, check the description box below. You need to be subscribed and comment hashtag Morgan-GREER, and you could be entered in a chance to win. Whenever I reach 2,000 subscribers, one lucky winner will get a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a tin. Pile number 4. How would their friends describe them? How would your friends describe pile number 4? For pile number 4, how would your friends describe you? For pile number 4, how would your friends describe you? Pile number 4, how would your friends describe you? One more shuffle for pile number 4. How would your friends describe you? 2 of Swords. The Empress, Libra vibes, also Taurus. We have the 4 of Cups reversed, and we have the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy. Signs don't have to be that, but it's good confirmation when they are, right? Let's get this party started. Okay, so this is funny because I'm a Libra. I don't like the stereotype that we can't make decisions, because my feelings are that, yes, we take longer to make decisions because we make the right decisions. Like, that's what we're supposed to do. That's what God put us on this earth for. But you might be dealing with a Libra who like really does, you know, sit on the fence, and it doesn't have to be a Libra. But someone who does sit on the fence about things, they can never make a choice. You ask them, like, where do you want to go? I don't know, maybe Buffalo Wild Wings, maybe Applebee's, but I don't know, I'm kind of feeling Chinese food. And you're just like, oh my God, pick a freaking place. So your friends might describe you as someone who's kind of like wishy-washy, indecisive with this 2 of Swords, right? And maybe someone who has double loyalties. Like, this is something that I probably am guilty of as a Libra. And like I said, you don't have to be a Libra, but this is just like the energy. But something I'm guilty of is like being everyone's friend. And so your like super close friends will get mad at you if you talk to someone they hate, but like, you just want to keep the peace among everyone, right? And you want everyone's perspective, even though, like, I don't know, sometimes it's seen as double loyalties. And I definitely get it, because there was this one Libra rising who did that really pissed me off. And so it kind of like showed me my shadow self. She was Libra rising and had Libra Lilith. So just like being on the fence about things and not taking like a hard line, not taking like, just playing devil's advocate sometimes, right? And defending people who don't need to be defended, and, you know, trying to see their side despite them being pieces of shit. Trying to see like the best in people when some people you just, you know, there's nothing good about them. But yeah, so some indecisions, maybe some divided loyalties, and that's just like a shadow aspect of you. There's things like that they obviously like, there's good things that they love about you too, right? I just want to say that they probably think that you're really beautiful. They would describe you as a really pretty person. The Empress is ruled by Venus. So this is, again, Libra or Taurus energy. Venus is love and beauty. She is a domestic goddess. So she is the ultimate wife, the ultimate mother. You might have kids, and you might be a good mother, you might be pregnant, you could, you know, be a wife too. Don't have to be, but this is Venusian energy. This is someone who is very abundant, very artistic, very creative, just a beautiful person. Everywhere around you is beauty, right? You have a beautiful home, you wear beautiful clothes, you have a beautiful face, you have like a pleasant face to look at. And so they would describe you as a very beautiful person. And something else about the Empress, the reason she is ruled by Venus, and like I said, with this double loyalties, Libra energy, you know, Libra is peaceful, Libra is harmonious. They want to keep the peace. So how your friends would describe you is someone who can sort of be that loving, calm, harmonious energy during times of conflict. The Wheel of Fortune, they might actually describe you as someone who is kind of unlucky and always gets in these like mishaps and stuff. And also with this Wheel of Fortune reverse, I also want to say, especially with this indecision, you might be someone who is sort of fastidious with rules and routines and structure, because if things aren't perfect, if things aren't totally in 100% harmony, then it throws off your sense of balance and it just throws you off this wheel. So you might have trouble with like mishaps that happen like personally to you as a result, right? Things that knock you off of your plan. But I think they would say that the example I'm thinking of, I'm sorry I'm talking so much about Libras, but again, it's just energy. The example I'm thinking of is Kim Kardashian, she's a Libra, wearing like $5,000 earrings at the beach, and she lost her earrings at the beach and she cried. And so kind of this like wanting this perfect scene, right, with her $5,000 earrings, and then one little mishap, right, she drops her earrings into the beach and it ruins the whole experience, but like it's still a pretty beach, right? So if mishaps directly happen to you, I can see maybe your friends describing you as kind of a little whiny and a little sort of neurotic about changes that you sort of plotted out to be beautiful, to be harmonious, and then they just didn't happen that way. But at the same time, I feel like if there is some disruption among the entire group, if there is some disruption within their lives, then they can come to you to bring that sense of harmony, to bring that sense of balance, to bring that sense of peace and beauty and understanding about the situation. Because like I said, she's the ultimate mama, right? The ultimate goddess. And so the thing about mamas is that they bring that comfort, right? So I feel like your friends would describe you as someone who is very comforting. I also think with this Four of Cups reversed, the Four of Cups talks about rejection. And so whenever it's reversed, I feel like this is like the positive aspects of this double loyalty type of thing, right? And again, it's more Libra vibes, I'm sorry, but I feel like how your friends would describe you is you would never turn them down, right? You would always hear them out, you would always understand them, you would always see their perspective. You're not gonna like turn them away. You're always going to be there, be that sense of comfort, and be open and accepting to their side of the story. The shadow aspect of that, of course, is that you see the other person's side too. So, you know, some people might come to you and just want you to be like, that sucks, how dare they? But you know, you might sometimes play devil's advocate, and that might annoy them a little bit. But I think overall they just see you as this really beautiful person who brings peace and harmony and is really accepting. And whenever everyone else's life is chaotic, you bring that like zen in their lives, right? Let's get an oracle card for pile number 4. How will pile number 4's friends describe them? How do pile number 4? Well, get centered. This is very Libra balance. Pile number 4, how would your friends describe you? Pile number 4, how would your friends describe you? Pile number 4, how would your friends describe you? Pile number 4, how would your friends describe you? One more thing about the double loyalties, because I feel like this is a strong message. A lot of times I zoom in on this crest in this card. So traditionally, marriage was meant, it wasn't meant for common people, right? It wasn't meant for like falling in love or anything. It was meant for different countries to merge families together to bring about diplomacy, right? So oftentimes I think of the movie Marie Antoinette, right? She was an Austrian who married a Frenchman so that Austria and France could have this alliance, right? So the double loyalties might seem annoying sometimes, but at the same time, you have a way of bridging two opposing groups together so that alliances can be formed, right? What is that phrase? Politics makes strange bedfellows or something. So while your friends may get annoyed by this, ultimately you do bring people together in that way by like that merge of two different sort of families, quote unquote, right? You might have like different groups of friends and who wouldn't hang out without you, right? Okay, one more shuffle. That one wanted to come out. You get 2 oracle cards. Get centered. Oh my gosh, guys, and forgiveness. So yeah, I feel like how they would describe you is someone who is very forgiving. Like I said, with this, not turning anyone down. So you're not going to, you're always welcoming people in, right? And they would describe you as someone who doesn't hold grudges and doesn't get in their petty dramas, right? And always is willing to hear everyone's side of the story. And with this get centered, you know, that's that peace, that balance, that alignment, that harmonious vibes, right? Where everyone else's life is chaotic and you can just kind of be like, like, so you bring a lot of, dang, it cut off. I don't know where it cut off, but forgiveness. You're not going to turn anyone away. You're not going to judge anyone too harshly. You are going to hear everyone's side of the story. For get centered, you are that that calm, that peace, that harmony when everyone else's life is chaotic. You are someone who is very zen and helps them get realigned in their crazy lives, right? When they're all acting crazy, you're the one who can bring that alignment to them. Let me know if that resonated. I love you very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye.